The alleged Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 266 spoilers were supposed to showcase the start of Sukuna and Yuji's fight within Yuji's domain. Needless to say, the alleged spoilers did not disappoint as they saw Megumi Fushiguro finally start fighting back against Sukuna. As for Sukuna, he activated his domain again. The previous chapter saw Yuji Itadori asking Ryomen Sukuna for some time so that he could talk to him. Using this opportunity, Yuji took Sukuna through various locations connected to his past and spoke to him about it. This conversation helped Sukuna realize that Yuji was pitying him. Upon being enraged, Sukuna threatened to kill Yuji and everyone precious to him. Spoilers opened with Yuji Itadori listening to Megumi Fushiguro's soul. He wanted to create a world where his sister Sumiki wouldn't have to face the unfairness of the current world. Even if he couldn't do that, he wished to maintain that fragile life while he was alive and had Sumiki in sight. Megumi wanted to eat meals made out of habit, watch the sunlit laundry, walk side by side with a person like Yuji, see off Sumiki, and think, "Ah, I'm so happy." He then tried ending the conversation saying, "But it's okay now." Then Yuji explaining how he had come to understand the choices made by people faced with harsh unavoidable realities. His grandpa Wasuke Itadori's illness started with lung cancer. However, he rejected the harsh treatments due to their strong side effects. As Yuji himself had a tough body, he never truly understood his grandpa's decision to refuse treatment or the idea of euthanasia. He believed that those were someone else's problem. But after joining Jujutsu Tech and going through many painful events, he started to understand the same. Therefore, Yuji found it difficult to tell Megumi to live. He understood how depressed Megumi was and couldn't get himself to ask his friend to live and experience more of it. Spoilers then switched back to reality as Ryomen Sukuna opened Hollow Wicker Basket to counter Yuji's domain. The King of Curses found it difficult to use Gojo's method of resetting the burnt-out curse technique by using the reverse curse technique as its execution was too risky, especially since his brain was still affected by Gojo's domain. Then spoilers explained that Hollow Wicker Basket and Simple Domain are weaker in output compared to actual domains. But by keeping the hand sign intact even after activating the Hollow Wicker Basket, Sukuna could compensate for the output it would lack and continue fighting without getting overwhelmed by Yuji's domain. After Sukuna and Yuji exchanged a few blows, the King of Curses expressed how shockingly angry he was at being looked down upon. Thus, he couldn't wait to make every human other than Yuji atone for what he had done. Spoilers switched to Kid Megumi in the alley where Satoru Gojo met him for the first time. Megumi asked Yuji the same question he asked Gojo, "What's with that face?" In response, Yuji told Fushiguro that it would be sad without him. Instant, Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 266 spoilers saw Sukuna's left leg sunk into the shadows. Megumi Fushiguro had finally started fighting back. Sukuna had submerged Megumi's soul with the bath, however, Yuji's dismantle had spewed it back to life. The King of Curses couldn't even use Mahoragar 10 shadow technique as one of them was destroyed while the other had lost its functionality. Yuji landed a hard punch on Sukuna's face that blew him away. With that, he realized that Megumi had started fighting back. Right after, Yuji and Sukuna began hitting each other's faces with a barrage of punches. This brawl ended with Sukuna's loss as he once again activated the Hollow Wicker Basket to shield himself against Yuji's punches. Sukuna knew that his reverse curse technique was pointless against Yuji's dismantle. As for Hollow Wicker Basket, it was going to break. But instantly slashes came out flying and the cursed tool Yuji had equipped in his hand turned into pieces. Yuji realized that Sukuna had used Gojo's technique to reset the burnt-out curse technique. Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 266 spoilers saw Ryomen Sukuna open his domain. However, for some reason, Sukuna himself looked shocked. The manga chapter ended by showing one of Sukuna's fingers being tied up in a mysterious place.